Okay, I'm painting the Kansas City Chiefs and using here we go, Testors paint, but I've also ordered paint from Tudor. They have the NFL color matches, but once I got these guys in the mail, I didn't want to wait for the paint to arrive. Should be here in a couple days. Now when you're doing the helmets of a light jersey, you want less paint. You rather have not enough on your brush than too much, because it'll drip over. If you look at the hand painted players on Tudor's website, you can see where they've run over on the back of the helmet. Now I just cleaned this brush and it doesn't have the cohesiveness that I want on it, so I want to get it together to where all the brushes or the strands are together. Make it a little easier so you don't have a, like I see, just a small little red dot got on his shoulder and it's kind of hard to remove any mistakes without smudging it. I got this paint, purchased it from Michael's Arts and Craft. Couldn't find a small bottle of turpentine, so I'm using alcohol and regular Dawn dish cleaner to clean it. I see a strand that's loose on here. That's gonna cause a mistake. So I'm wondering, loose strands. So the back, because it's connected, is the most challenging part. So you definitely want to take your time there. And again, you want as little paint on the brush as possible. You don't have to paint them. You can order them from Tudor's website, and they actually put the team logos with stickers on the helmet. So old school, they definitely didn't have that, so that's an upgrade as far as team appearances. Now they do not have the face scars. I'm not sure how they go about painting them, because they have hand painted versions and they have the ones that aren't hand painted that have a very nice polished look to them, and I wonder how they go about that. But they don't paint the face cards. And back in the old days, all the face cards were gray, and now most teams have colored coordinated face cards, so I'm gonna paint these. So we got the helmet and the face card. Very nice. I like that. And I'm modeling this version off of the version that's on Tudor's website, but I would probably prefer red pants, but I'm just gonna go with they have white pants. I think the Kansas City Chiefs, with Hank Stram coaching them, that was one of the things that made the AFC stand out, was their more colorful uniforms. But when they played the Vikings, I think the Vikings had purple, had their light jerseys, purple pants. So I'm using this stick pin to do the side stripe. Still not really happy with that. I used a toothpick the other day, and but we'll make it a little bit more solid. Still not happy with that stripe. You want to remain employed, Mr. Toothpick or Stick Pin. Now, one of the issues is, back when I was painting before, there's a strip of plastic going down here to represent the line on the pants, and it used to be more pronounced. That made it easier to just roll the paint on that line. It's still there, but it doesn't seem as pronounced. Or it just could be that 20, 30, 40 years, actually closer to, let's say, probably 45 years ago, my eyesight was just better. Maybe hand a little steadier, but it's like firing M16. Hold your breath. Lock the weapon into your shoulder blade. Concentrate. So we got a better stripe on that one. It's going to look even better once we paint the socks. So clean that. I'm going to put more paint, way more than what I need, because I'm trying to get all these brushes to make them stick together so it's not straggling. It looks like I got it. So let's see how that turns out. This is a tough angle right there. Get right inside there. Nice. Got it in there all the way around. Okay. Episode of Family Guy. Peter, he saves this guy's life. He doesn't know he is he's part of a nudist family. I better not. It's gonna make me laugh. He goes to visit him with his family, and they're all nude. The family's all nude. And the son comes in holding a trophy and talking about winning, and the father says, "Now don't get cocky." I just was thinking that when I finished painting that, don't get cocky. You're not done. Still got the other leg to do. On a bunch more. And like I said, you want less, you can always put more on. So that's not bad. We got the pants, and now we want the shoulder stripe. Again, you want less. Now I've also ordered dark skin paint. Tudor has this dark skin paint for African Americans and Caucasian flesh tone paint. So I'm looking forward to, after I finish the uniforms, finishing that. And the nice thing is that if it's your favorite team, like I'm going to do a lot of teams. I only have one favorite team. And that team came with the set. That's the Eagles. But if you have a favorite team, and I mean, you're going to put the numbers and just match up everything, then you can have the skin tone match up as well. Because they also have a color for lighter skin players, whether that's light skin African American, Latino. Not very many Asians that I'm aware of in the NFL. I remember when the Japanese put together an all-star team, college all-star team, to play William and Mary, and William and Mary blew those guys out of the building. It was something like 60-something to 7 or something. So they are a long way away from playing football. At least they were back then. So I need to give this some time to dry. There you go, it's dry. Let's see about, I see a little spot I'd like to fill in on the helmet. Again, I'd rather have it a little less than too much slop. Now, a childhood friend, George Sample, when he painted his teams, at that time, African American, oh, that's beautiful. African Americans had afros, and their hair would come out of the helmet. Looked pretty cool, especially like wide receiver Gene Washington. There were 2 Gene Washingtons, I think. One played for Minnesota Vikings, and the real one, played for San Francisco 49ers. That was my team growing up. And as a matter of fact, he dated a woman that lived in my neighborhood. But anyway, he painted the hair coming out of the back, which I thought was unique. I'm going to tighten that up. All right. because I did the helmet first. It's obviously drier than the shoulder stripes. So you see right now we have the basics covered. Now we'll take the tester. Now these cost $2.10 a piece, so you end up buying just, I think I bought 6 colors plus a paintbrush set from Michaels. So you can see this, and this was like $4. So try and find this one, because they had other ones in there where it was maybe only 3 brushes and it was like $10, $12, $14. This was near checkout. I'm sure, you know, every store is different in your location, but you know, it's called Creatology paintbrushes, 12 pack, and this was about $4, $3.99, something like that. If you want the other ones, by all means get them. But so this toothpick, you can find these. It's really not toothpick, it's more as a flossing. Again, rather have too little than too much. That looks great. So this is the Kansas City Arrowhead on the side of the helmet. And now just the stripes. I don't have my numbers yet. They will, at least not the numbers for this team. I've got green for the Eagles and white for just about every team in the NFL. But for some reason, I wanted Kansas City in there light. It would have been easier to do them in the dark because you can actually order red men. So it just would have been a matter of painting the... I think they have an all red uniform, but you just paint the pants white. So I guess it would have been actually maybe even harder to do that. But I think most teams' light jerseys look better unless they use the all solid colors, like the Philadelphia Eagles all black jersey. I really like that. So what are we doing? Oh, okay, we're doing a stripe, yellow stripe. Now, I'm painting everything on this guy just for the purpose of this video. Otherwise, you see all these guys right here, they've got their helmets painted and that's it. And that's how I normally paint. Do one thing at a time. Do all the helmets, do all the pants. But for the purposes of showing you how you can do it yourself, I'm going to do the whole uniform. So I am cleaning off the stick pen and shaking the yellow paint. And voila. So you just get a small amount of yellow. It's not giving me that little bubble I want on there, so I'm going to put more. Okay. And just Now, here's his arm right here. So that's as far as I'm going to go, because I can actually go farther because I am going to be painting the flesh tone. So that's, you got it. That's okay. Not perfect, but it's all right. Main thing is, if you're going to do it this way, you don't want dots. So keep it connected. Now, because I have so many brushes, I'm going to cut one of them up to make it thin enough to try and just paint the line like that, rather than basically doing a touch-up line. And if that works nice, then I will make a video showing it. But look at that, I am loving that. And oh boy, you put that red number on there, you put that red number on there and have a team of 11, they're gonna look sweet. And what I do is I have 6 high school teams, 3 public league teams, 3 Catholic from Philadelphia, and 8 college teams, 4 that I'm calling the Big 4. That's Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and USC. Just wanted to squeeze a team in there from the West Coast. Oregon might be better, but the way the season's going right now, UCLA with Chip Kelly's looking pretty good. And then and that's one division for college. Then the other one, I forget what I'm calling those guys, but it's Michigan, Penn State, Virginia Tech, and Florida State, representing the different states I have lived in. And to differentiate in the league their level of power, Tudor has what's called strength bases. So the NFL league will have more strength bases. The Big 4 will have maybe one more on their team than the other college division. And then high school will have a few on each roster, but also have total team control bases, which are weaker than the strength bases. It's not that big a disparity, at least not on the initial tests I did. But the different talent levels. And then as each league plays, the colleges with the best record will get the first pick, because that's how it is. Alabama wins the national championship. Alabama has the #1 recruiting year every year. Clemson's right behind them. Ohio State's right behind them, because those are teams that keep making the playoff, which is why they need to expand the playoff to bring balance, or balance, as the Haynes commercial guy says, to college football. But in the NFL, it is the opposite. Worst team gets the first pick. So that's how that draft will be done once I start the league. So that's it, guys. Fully painted Kansas City Chief. Well, not fully painted, because I have not done the flesh tone and the numbers not there. But once those two aspects are added, we're going to have a nice looking ball club. So we'll see you later. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Lincoln Financial Field, where Jalen Hurts, Zach Ertz, Goddard, and our new Alabama first-round draft pick will be taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. As you can see, the birds are ready for the new 2021 season and will shock the world as they win the NFC East.